Hey guys, welcome back to the final episode of Digimon Story Lost Evolution. Last time I kind of explained how the post-game goes, and just remember this final episode's not very spoilerific because I'll tell you what you need to do the final quests. The catch is I'm not going to do it. So, you want to know how you get to the final part of the game? Let's look at our Tamer points. Look at those Tamer points. 63,000. Want to know how many you want to do? Do you know how many the game requires you to get to become a legendary Tamer? 125 or 27,500 points. Double this current number. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I would love to do the legendary Tamer quest that is kind of very cool from what I've read. Problem is, I'm not doing that. I do have the plates to hopefully get another 60,000 points, but I just cannot. I just cannot be fucked. It would just be me sitting here pressing A down A. I've even tried to look for ways to automate this process. I can't get it to work. If there's even a cheat that would allow me to go to that many points, I'd take it. But I cannot find a cheat that would let me jump that many Tamer points. Maybe if I use some kind of cheat engine to look for the number, then did the whole cheat engine thing, maybe it'd be possible, but I have no clue. I don't want to mess up my save. I've got backups, but I just don't want to mess it up. So I thought instead, let's take one last look at all the friends who helped us along the way, because I wanted to congratulate everybody and look at the team that I would probably take into the Legendary Tamer quest if at some point in the future somebody comes up with a cheat code that allows me to put it up to like 9999999, because I just cannot be fucked. I just cannot. So anyway, this is the team that I would take into the final quest. So I finally turned myself into an Alphamon. Took me the entire game, since you can't get an Alphamon until post game, where grade mons will start spawning in the class desert. So if we go over this, we have Frozen Breeze / Jason the Alphamon. We've got Lamore the Rosemon Burst Mode. Pretty much my MVP. She is my MVP now because she's got 99999 in every stat. But that's more of just because of the loading thing that you can do. I told you guys last episode about Digiloading. That's the kind of stats you can get with Digiloading. You can just make yourself max out. But she's been the MVP through like the entire game. I didn't expect her to be that good. I expected myself to be using Lotusmon more, but Lotusmon is a much more late game Digimon than getting to a Rosemon is. So she pretty much beat the game for me. We have Isaiah the Omnimon. This was the Gabumon that was at the very beginning of the game. I didn't really use him all that much, but I did try to max out his stats. He would be like amazing in that last Tamer thing, but he did help out at the very beginning of the game, and I used him a lot while trying to get the ancient Digimon. So yeah, we next up have Zephram the Biauzamon Blast Mode. He has maxed out stats, and he became a whole lot better as time went on. As I tried to fix up the plates, I got him a lot more stats, so he was good mid-game, he was alright late game, and now he's just amazing, but sadly we can't use him. Next up we've got Holly the Ancient Irismon. I finally got some of the Ancient Digimon. They are a pain. So, I think I showed off last episode, they are random encounters at like the very end areas of a lot of dungeons, or a lot of areas. So, you can find Ancient Greymon at the very end of Task Canyon, you can find Ancient Garurumon at the very end of Access Glacier, you can find Ancient Irismon at the very end of Pixel Desert, you can find Ancient Mermaidmon in like the second area of the Garbo Marine. And then from there, I actually didn't encounter the rest of them, so I really don't care about the rest of them. Like, the only ones I would actually care about would be maybe Ancient Beetlemon and Ancient Sphinxmon. I don't even give a shit about Ancient Megatherianmon. But really, the only two that I wanted to get were Ancient Irismon and Ancient Mermaidmon. So, Holly, she's not at her full stats, but her speed is incredible. I put the rapid fire bow on her for like super speed, so she's got an effective stat of like 1,549. So she may not be the most strongest attacker or the fastest or the most buff one. Oh, I didn't even know that they've got new traits. I guess that's why she was getting so much more experience faster. But her attacks are like pretty incredible, like Rainbow Sympathy, Feral Sword, Storm Grazer, and Double Crescent. Very good attacks. Getting this at 100% was a pain, because they rarely drop for the Ancient Digimon, and I could never do it all that well, so I had to like first get it to 83, then try and re-clean it manually. And then I need to get like a ton of extra plates just to auto-clean it. It was a pain, but I got it done in the end. Next up we got Rana, the Ancient Mermaidmon. I will say, the Ancient Digimon have such amazing sprites. Those sprites are great. Like, look at Alphamon, or at Omnimon. His mouth, he has no mouth, and Alphamon's eyes don't even look right. He's got beady little red eyes. It doesn't look right. But, this has been something I've been working on. The cool thing is that Ancient Mermaidmon actually has a skill still. It's so strange that she still got that. Ton of experience to put through. Getting them up to this point, it took a bunch of experience. Not as strong of attacks as Holly has, but still pretty good stats. And I'm glad that I was able at least to get 2 Ancient Digimon. She is much easier to get than Ancient Irismon. Ancient Irismon is a pain. But that wasn't the only set of Digimon we took into the game. Let's go look at the rest of our friends. So, we go over to Ass. Chunky ass. We have Carter, the Imperial German Fighter mode. I tried to get him to Paladin mode, but Imperial German, you need to fight Imperial German Dragon modes in Classic, in Class Desert. But the Imperial German Fighter modes you need for the other half don't spawn in Class Desert until you're a Legendary Tamer. Yeah, that's not going to be happening anytime soon. But Carter definitely pulled us through a lot of hard fights in the game, so I appreciate him. Then we have pretty much our true MVP, John. I wouldn't have took him into the final battle because he just didn't have the same stats as everybody else. But he pretty much blew up this game. Right when he became a Megidramon, he started plowing through things. And right when he became a Chaos Gallantmon, he pretty much split the game in half. So that was pretty awesome. Then we have Merva the Minervamon. I pretty much got her just because I wanted it for the joke, pretty much. But she did pull her weight during, like, the final battle and some other battles and stuff, like against the Dark Masters. Pretty good. Then we have Titties, the Ophanimon. She really didn't help as much as I wanted her to, but then again, this really isn't a game in which getting her all is like all that easy. If I ever do a playthrough of Dawn, I really want to use an Ophanimon. And then we have Beta, the I was going to keep him at Betamon the entire game, but I guess I gave him a little bit more. I turned him into a Metal Siegermon, so still not useful, but I guess he isn't truly a beta anymore. We have Byler, the Black War Greymon, the bad version of Tyler, even though Tyler is already a bad version now, so just a random Digimon I made. Melt, the Metal Greymon. All he did was help me melt things, which is nice. Lexi, the Lotusmon. Her stats are actually pretty nice for what she is, but I think that's mostly because I was able to get her 100% cleaned by, like, right when I got it. So, I think I already used... Did I already use a Lotusmon in my Dusk playthrough? It's been so long since I watched that playthrough. I should really rewatch the very ending. But yeah, she was the Palmon at the very beginning of the game, so I wish I could have gotten more use out of her, but Rosemon Burst Mode is definitely more of a powerful thing. If Refusomon existed in this game, it would definitely be the Burst Mode of Lotusmon. But yeah. Next up, we've got Steven the Coronomon. I wouldn't have taken him into the final battle just because his stats weren't up to snuff, but he definitely broke a lot of the game as going on. He was the glass cannon of the team, so I appreciate him. Next up, we've got Tyler, the Shine Greymon Ruin mode. I really wish Shine Greymon was in an earlier place in the game. Like in the Pixel Desert, you could have gotten him. Because, as it stands, you can only get it in the Risk Factory, which is like the room right before the final boss. So really, trying to get any of the Shine Greymons is kind of a worthless endeavor at that point. But Tyler did bring us through a lot of early game scrapes. Next up, we've got Casey the Apollomon. This is the Godomon that turned into Lynxmon and then Apollomon. So, didn't see any fighting and was supposed to be used to become Sylphemon before I knew that Jogress wasn't in the game. But I just decided to name it something of one of my friends, so. Then we got Ashley the Lilithmon. I really wanted to make more use out of her, but really we didn't get much of a chance. The only thing I really remember is just the massive amount of grinding I did in Wizard Temple, so it hurts my brain. Anyway, then we've got Cooper, the Magnamon. It was really nice to get him mid-game. He killed a lot of things. The sad thing is just that he got out-leveled by everybody because he's only an Ultimate level Digimon. If Magnamon was marked as a Mega level, I think I would have used him a lot more. But as it stands, it's a really cool design and he brought me through a ton of the mid-game. And we got Dig. He digs. He is quite the digger. So, from there, that is the entire team of Epsilons. It was really nice to have so many options for Digimon, because, like, I will tell you, there are so many more options than there are in Dusk and Dawn. I feel like the best part of this game is just that there's more Digimon in it. Then you can see them all hanging out up at the farm, over at Grind Island. Let's see, I guess I could take out the other set of Digimon that are in my party just to show off their walking sprites again. The ancient ones have pretty nice sprites. Let's see. You can see from there. Pretty awesome sprites. Oh boy, so anyway, yeah, the only two parts of the post-game are getting the ancient Digimon, and then that final legendary Tamer thing, and we can at least go to the area to open up the quest. I need to go ahead and, where's my phone? There it is. Because you don't need all of the points to open up the area to go to it, but you need to go to a certain area multiple times in order to try and unlock the quest. But you need that massive amount of points in order to actually, you know, progress, which is horrible. I'd have no clue. Like, not even Dusk and Dawn did that. All they required is just beating the game and then beating the guy at Origin, which, if you grind enough, is possible. But for this, it's just a massive amount of grinding for quests that really don't give you enough to get to that point. Most of this stuff is going to be going through your plates. Like, maybe you could use it for the very end, like use the quests, but that becomes even more tedious. So it's just like, lose if you play, play if you lose kind of thing. I don't know what kind of thing that says. Okay, post-game. I did not need to say it like that. Okay. So, we just need to go to the last area where the final boss was. Good thing I didn't walk into there beforehand. I also have teleports ready to pretty much everything. The one area I never went to was Chrome Mine, which is that area like at the very bottom of the map. This area. I didn't really care because, you know, I'm not much for going there because there's nothing there I would want. So if we go back to Risk Factory and go back all the way to where the ancient tree was, we should see a cutscene. The thing is, we have to walk in there multiple times. So yeah, we can at least show you how strong all the Digimon we have gotten. Really, I would love to, like, beat the game 100%, but because of that, like, massive amount of grinding for plates, if I were to ever come back here, it would be after years of, like, spending time just working on that. Also, Holly's so powerful that she gets to go 3 times in a row. She just annihilates these things. But I did max out their levels after hours of grinding. I didn't figure out that I was going to need that many points until I was done grinding, because I was thinking like, oh, well, it's not going to be that many more points, right? No, it was a ton. Even in the very last episode, we get to say no to the Digi report. Because fuck me. There should really be an option where it just does that automatically. But, you know, I'm still trying to figure out what that word is. I'm trying to figure that out. Alright, so if we go into here, and then we go take the teleporter back to the ancient tree. Oh, looks like Colonel and all the bandits are still here. Dose, you're getting it all wrong. The setting over here should only go to 2,488 to 2,702. You should really be connecting the leftover part to 402 instead. Then you need to replace values 3,231 through 2,502 at 501 next. Over? Had enough of this. Just be quiet already. I can't concentrate with all that blabbering coming from beside me.
This isn't it your fault we ended up in like this in the first place?
Right. Isn't that why I told you? Cut Colonel off from the evolution system completely. But no, you just had to get a backup. I was preparing for a worst case scenario. If we delete the backup, we might be done for. What are you getting so worked up about? You must calm down. First, what in the world did you three do that could have damaged the ancient tree this badly? You erased those Digimon and Tamers without permission too. If you don't return them to normal, even I won't be able to cover for you. Over. You're the bad guy, though.
That idiot. Does he seriously not remember? Who does he think caused this whole mess in the first place? Hey, Dose, just erase him already. Nothing's worth this.
I'm definitely in favor of erasing him. Well, I'm all for erasing him too. Isn't he connected to the ancient tree's evolution system? If we erase him, he'll just restart all over again.
I guess there's nothing for it. Let's just get this over with. Come on, Dose. You're currently the greatest engineer in this world, because everybody else dead. You stopped that idiot's self-destruction, canceled the defragmation, and returned all those erasers to normal. There's no way you can't fix the ancient tree as well.
I don't know whether I can fix this, but, well, since it's come to this, all I can do is give it a try. Dose. Enough with the idle chatter. Just get back to work. We don't have much time. You need to hurry it up. Over.
You're the one who needs to quit the idle chatter, moron. If you don't, I'm gonna tie you to the Digiship and swing you from it.
But can we really resurrect our friends who've been erased? I have a bad feeling about it somehow. What's this? Looks like a huge tunnel. What happened to him? It just kinda mind fucks them. Thick Trick Numamon. It's Garamon. Whoa, you actually did it! You resurrected our friend! That's the same one that came out, dumbass. I knew you could do it, Dose. You're a genius. Wait, it's just Numamon. Come on, can you quit fooling around? Dose. Just ignore that racket. You're a prodigy after all. Give it your all. But kindly hurry up. Be thorough while you're at it. Over. Is there seriously nothing we can do about this guy? I didn't even do the voice correctly. Then I fuck off. So if you go directly back in, I didn't even know there was going to be more story sections. I thought it was like completely superfluous. Well, it's nice to know that they are still alive. Dose, hurry. Make sure you do it speedily, thoroughly, precisely, and reliably. Over.
Gosh, just shut up already. You want him to make any progress, then go get lost.
I just had a brilliant idea. A very simple way to shut Colonel up for a while.
And that'd be what, exactly? You're gonna feed him to a Digimon? That'd destroy the poor Digimon's stomach.
We'll open a Legend Tamer match at the Coliseum. Look, isn't there data for it in the Tamer Union library there?
Ha! Now I get it. Great work, Trace. Dose. Access the Coliseum data right now. Open up the Legend Tamer rank-up battle.
That's the same one I did. I'm a little busy over here. Do you seriously need to add more work? What on earth is so important right now?
Don't you get it? It'll keep this idiot quiet for a while.
Oh, now that you mention it, You're absolutely right. Okay, I'll overwrite the Colosseum data right away then.
Great, we'll leave it to you, Dose.
And I'm just like, I have no clue what they're doing. I'm up, fuck it, leave. And then if we go back in, we should be able to access this. Looking good. You're the best, Dose. That's the spirit. Don't give up. You're almost there. You can do it. You can achieve anything if you just try. Over.
Whoa, Dose, easy there. Just keep it together a little more. If you don't hurry and open up the Legend Tamer battle, who's to say how long this idiot's gonna keep blabbering on?
I would have done it a long time ago, if it weren't for this fluttering idiot hanging around. Alright, it should be good to go. The Legend Tamer battle is now open for entries. Okay. Then if you go back in, what happens? Looking good, you're the best, Dose. That's the spirit, you can do anything, blah blah blah. Just do the fucking thing. Okay, I did the fucking thing. So yeah, that's the enough story. But it's nice to know the bandits are still alive. It's weird. I mean, I guess Colonel is a part of the digital world since he's just a digital life form at this point. So there's no getting rid of him, but I guess it's nice to know he's not a dick anymore. So then if we teleport out using the gate disc, and then just swallow your throat because your throat's not feeling grand because you recorded all last night because you wanted to do a ton of work. I'm at least happy to get the game done. This has been a great game, but the final grind to try and do this stupid lamer, yeah, you're lamer, the Tamer Legend battle, it just ain't worth it. And it seems like Dark Moon and Light Fang are just completely fucked. There's no returning them to normal. I guess there's no real Tamer union anymore, I guess. Then we just warp to the Colosseum. Let's see, Shu and Lamore is still here. So if you talk to Minomon, he gives you the bad news. Yeah. Looks like you don't have enough Tamer points. In order to take up with a Platinum rank up, you need 127,500 points. Yep, double what I have. So yeah, hopefully someday in the future I can come back here and get all those points, but I will spoil what happens. So if you don't care what happens, then just leave now. But I'll tell you in 3, 2, 1. So you have to fight 3 battles. The final one is against Colonel, which is self-explanatory because they were trying to get rid of him. The other 2 are Tamers from the past. You have to fight Chief Julia and then Chief, what's his name? Glare. Yeah. You get to fight them with some super ultra-powered Digimon. I've been told that it is a pretty hard battle. All 3 of them are, but, you know, with maxed out stats, I think you'll be fine. Alright, well, anyway. Sadly, we can't finish up the entire game. There's just no way we could with that amount of Tamer points. But I've been having a ton of fun with Digimon Story Lost Evolution. I'm extremely thankful to, I'm dying to Operation Decode for all the work they've done over the years. They've made almost like a perfect patch. There's been a couple, like, not even mistranslations, just misspellings, but they're, like, so insignificant and, like, far between that you wouldn't notice they were even there. Maybe some poor wording, but I can understand what they mean without needing to know. And then the game itself, the Digiplay system is kind of dumb, but I enjoy it in a way. The Tamer points is kind of the worst part. Really wish they could just half the encounter rate and double the XP gains, but, you know, it's just one of those things. It's what you get when you get a Japanese RPG. But either way, this will be the last episode for now. Maybe I'll return at some point, but for now, this will be the final episode of Digimon Story Lost Evolution. So, what's up next for the backlog? Well, we still need to finish Sonic Frontiers, so right after this, we're gonna jump back into that, hopefully finish that, but after that, my plan is to play a little bit of a different game. I don't think I've ever played a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure on the show, but we're not even playing an official game. Next time we return to the land of RPGs, we're going to be playing a JoJo fan game that's called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure the 7th stand user, which if you're a JoJo fan, you'll probably know what that is. If you don't, then I guess you'll see. So thank you guys for coming along on this pretty much too long journey, and I'll see you guys next time on The Backlog.